This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world.
I'm Bruce.
And I'm Jody. Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi, Jody. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
Well, I, for some reason, 40 years old, have been like for the last month or so, have been breaking out like I'm a teenager again.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see this on the video, but good Lord, like out of nowhere, yesterday I started to feel it. So, I have all the stuff. I have the I forget it's some kind of something you spot.
Yeah, like
cleaner stuff. Yeah.
Acne treatments.
Yeah. Spot acne treatment. And usually that works, but not this time. So I'm, I don't know. I don't know if it's nerves. I don't know if it's stuck in the house. I don't know if it's just life, but
yeah,
here we are. Me and my zit, we came to the podcast.
Okay.
So.
Well, welcome. Thanks for bringing a guest.
Yes. Our first guest.
Yeah. So
how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Back to work at DXL, so just kind of getting in the rhythm of things, or trying to get in that rhythm of going to work every day again and being exhausted doing that. So,
Yep.
Otherwise, we, had a good holiday weekend over the 4th. We still have all my fingers and toes. So
good. You made it through. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the socially distanced version of the 4th of July. All of our neighbors in their different driveways and everybody shooting off fireworks and,
Yeah, we went to a friend's and we sat in, our little distance in different corners of the front yard and watched the neighbors try to blow things up and, but yeah, it was fun.
Yes.
It was nice to actually see some people and hang out, but.
Very good.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do one of my favorite things, which is complain.
Oh, what?
No, not really. But we are going to talk about something that we've over the years we've touched upon some of this, but we've never really dedicated an entire episode to brands that we wish would carry extended sizes.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them.
Yeah, I think we maybe touched on a couple things before, but yeah, we're gonna just talk about some of the wants and wishes that we we're thinking about different brands. There's more and more that are doing it, but there's still plenty of them that haven't quite got on the big and tall bandwagon.
They're not quite there. And some of these brands that we'll talk about, they might go to XX, but XX isn't always made for big and tall. It's not an extended size in the way that we generally talk about. So, there's some interesting brands on the list that'll be fun to talk about. So,
absolutely, I know it's always nice when I see brands are like, oh, now carrying extended sizes, and I'm like, yay! And then, like you said, they only go up to like a 2XL, and it's not quite the 2XL or, not quite the big and tall version of their sizing. They just kind of scaled up their existing sizing, which is sometimes a letdown. So,
yes. Yeah, it's very important. As we always say, check the fit guide for any place that you're buying that's online. If you can't go into a store to try something on, use the fit guide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So who is on the top of your list, or what's one of your top ones?
Okay, so I'm going to start with my all-time wish of all of these. The one brand that I wish would do extended sizes. It's a brand called Taylor Stitch.
Oh.
And Taylor Stitch is based in San Francisco. They do kind of small batch collections of kind of like classically cool clothing. So, things that you kind of see in like it feels like you'd see them in a magazine, like in a GQ or, just this kind of almost vintage kind of throwback, timeless sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's got some modern takes on those kind of things. And a lot of what they do is they will come up with an idea for something, and they want to make maybe a jacket, and they will ask customers to fund it. When it's funded, then it's made. They also have regular inventory, but it's just a really cool vibe. And it's like, I would buy everything that they
Right.
carry. The
Yeah.
problem is they only go to double X and 38 waist. So they don't have anything that I can actually fit into. Now they've got accessories, they got shoes. Fine. I want to wear the clothes, but I can't. So Taylor Stitch is just, it's like everything that I would want to wear. I'd throw out everything that I have and buy all new from them.
Okay.
And yeah, but I
So,
can't.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good one. I think maybe one of my, I don't know if it's my favorite or whatever, but I do, I'm trying to remember. It's like, I was trying to remember the pattern name, but I can't even, I should have written it, done a little bit more research before I started this, but it just popped in my head. So I was like, oh, I want that pattern shirt that they always do. But one of mine is like Gucci.
Ah, yes.
So I like a lot of some of the higher end brands. Like I watch a lot of the runway shows, and I just to stay up on what's in fashion and what people are doing, and kind of some of that trickle down of you see it on the runway, and then how is Target doing it, or how is ASOS or Forever 21 or whoever. But there's a lot of just really cool prints and patterns that they are always using. I know that I see some custom stuff that has Gucci logos on it, like on sweatshirts or t-shirts and stuff like that, but not their actual clothing that they
right.
do. So I really wish, and I know that stuff would do so well, because even at DXL, there's a couple people that come in and they're like, "Oh, do you guys have?" And I was like, "They don't even do anything like that. No, they don't have anything." So
right.
There's a lot of those higher end ones that I'm really excited for them to finally start. I wish they would start doing that.
Yeah, there is a real market for luxury, big and tall. And I think there are so many reasons that they just aren't willing to take that step and make the stuff. I hope that changes in the near future, sooner than later. So,
right. Yes.
Yeah, it would be great to see some more brands like that really just dive into it, because people would buy it.
Yeah, it's not something that we've been able to get ever, so it wouldn't last long. And it's just like a quality and like the prestige of those names that
Totally.
All you can do is like accessories. You can get hats or glasses or shoes,
right?
All your sizes and
backpacks.
And it's not quite the same. And they just have. I look at their fall stuff and I'm just like, oh man, I really like those colors of those. And I'm like, I really want that, but
it won't fit.
Not quite. Yep. Not quite yet.
Right. So the next one on my list is very obviously very well known. I have a couple complaints here. So we'll throw it out. Gap. So Gap, if you look at their website, Gap carries sizes to 3X and 44 waist. But, and this is a huge but, there are a few things here. But the stuff doesn't necessarily fit that well if you're wearing a 3X. It's not really made for bigger bodies, at least in my experience with the products that I've owned, tried. Hasn't been a good experience. The other problem is that if you go to gap.com and you look through the site, you will find that they have two shops, that they call them, for specific body types. They have a slim shop and a tall shop, but they do not have a big shop. So, at first I was like, well, is the tall supposed to also encompass big? No, that is not the case. That is not how it works.
No.
So it's like they have taken this step and they've stopped, and the slim shop and the tall shop have been there for a while, but that's it. So I want to see more of their products and more extended sizes.
Yeah,
I
feel like I worked at, that was one of my first like retail jobs, and I know that they had a big extended size selection online, but I know that the Gap has been struggling for a number of years now, and I'm not sure if they've just kind of shrank their extended size selection or whatnot. So
Yeah, in Old Navy, I mean, they have more extended size stuff. They focus a little more on the big side of big and tall, and I don't know. I just feel like with Gap and another one of their brands that I actually hadn't put on the list, but just remembered, Hill City, which is their newer. It's a newer Gap brand that.
okay,
Uh, does kind of active lifestyle, active wear, that kind of stuff.
okay.
I love it. I love it all. And I would probably buy all that stuff, but it is not available in my size.
Well, did you hear that Gap and Kanye West signed a big deal?
I did. And
I am not sure what that's going to be about.
well, let's hope it goes past double X.
Well,
That's
right, and is in
yeah.
the Gap price range. Is
Yes.
what.
It has to be if they're going to do that with if he's going to do something with Gap, it has to be Gap prices.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I know that the Gap has tried a number of times to do other things than just kind of the basic khaki colors. When I worked there, they tried a really fun line and it just didn't do well. So I don't know. Maybe they're going to get on the Kanye train somehow, and I hope they don't make some crazy Yeezy looking shoes and stuff because I don't like those. But
well, we'll see. I'm sure whatever it is, I'm sure that it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and hopefully they have more than just limited numbers, so it's not just like this sellout stuff.
Right.
But that was an interesting. I didn't think collaboration that I was going to see. So we'll see what comes of that.
Definitely. And that's supposed to be like next year. Is that?
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah. I read it. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, 2021, I think is probably the soonest that'll happen.
All right. Well, all this complaining has gotten me thirsty.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
My beer here. I have the Ecliptic Sunray Juicy IPA. I honestly couldn't remember if I had enjoyed one of these on the podcast in the last few episodes.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess I could look at the list, but
yeah, we could, but
we
could just drink it, and
yeah, we're just gonna drink it.
You can follow along on the Untapped app and see the beers we drink. Sometimes we like to enjoy them again because we forget.
This is one of the juiciest IPAs, and I've really been like, I don't know if I'm getting IPA burnout, but I'm certainly getting tired of just like punchy in the face bitter. Like there's a certain, it's like so many IPAs just do this one thing.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no real flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is great because it's a juicy IPA that actually gets the juice part right.
Nice.
It's juicy. It's almost like this sweetness. It's not sweet. Don't get me wrong. Anybody listening who's like, nope, I'm out. It's not sweet, but it has this juicy flavor to it. It's what a juicy IPA is supposed to be if you don't like sweet beers. And me, for the most part, I do not like sweet beers with few exceptions. So I recommend it.
Sunrise, what'd you say?
Sunray.
Sunray, sorry.
Yeah, Sunray, juicy IPA. Yeah.
Well, mine is called Paperweight.
Hey.
Paperweight from Urban Artifact in Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati, Ohio. It's a sour.
Oh.
Apricot Midwest fruit tart.
Hey. Perfect.
Ooh, it's going to be, it says 3,000 pounds of apricots per 30 barrel batch.
Whoa.
I don't understand how that. BBL batch? I don't know what that means.
Sour?
It's already sour.
Nice.
Ooh, that's really good, though.
I forgot to read on the side of my can here. It says, Sunray shines brightly with notes of tropical fruit and citrus, thanks to generous additions of Idaho 7 and Brew 1 hops. So there we go.
Nice. This one is really good, though.
Yeah, nice. It's hard with sours as well because sometimes they just do when people make sour beers, it's just sour. There's nothing to it, and I just want flavor. I don't know if I'm just getting old, and I want the finest. Once you've had so many beers, you
your palate is growing and expanding there, Bruce.
Right.
So, yeah, right. It has that that lockjaw kind of sourness for a minute.
Yes,
but then it's a little bit more than that.
I like that.
It's like sweet and tart.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, perfect. I think we got some good beers this time around.
But it makes me make a face.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What my other one is Express. I worked at what was Structure when I started there, but it turned into Express Men's.
It was Structure, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
Structure,
Yeah.
and then it turned into Express. I
Yeah.
was in there during that time, so
Oh man.
I liked a lot of their. They did a lot of like suiting and their what do they call them? Their perfect shirt or their oh my god, I can't even remember what it's
It was
called.
something like that, like the perfect shirt or something
But
along
it
those
was
lines.
I was, and at that time I was still young, but I couldn't quite fit into those shirts because they were all slim fit and that kind of stuff. So I would really like a lot of their clothing. I do like a lot of their stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
it would definitely they have a lot of fun prints and stuff going on right now, but a lot of their suiting and stuff like that would be fun because they're like really trendy and modern cuts and fits, but and they have some fun colored ones.
Yeah, and didn't they at one point a few years ago they tried to kind of trumpet that they had extended sizes, and those extended sizes went to
Mm-hmm.
double X,
Yep.
and it didn't go over well,
Mm-hmm.
unsurprisingly. So I feel like I looked at their site recently, and they kind of did away with the whole like big and tall or extended size thing. I'm
Yeah.
not seeing any of that anymore. It would be awesome if they really dug in with that, because I think you're right. I think people would buy from them. It's a brand that people like and they
Mm-hmm.
recognize, and in a lot of cases, I think what the big and tall customer is looking for is that brands that they know,
Mm-hmm.
that they like, that they wish they could wear. So,
Yeah, they're only going to a 48 coat,
mm,
and then the biggest pant size is a 42 waist. So,
okay, right,
but
right,
yeah, I mean, they have a pink suit, they have purple ones, and all kinds of modern, fun suits, and they've got a lot of other, just regular, jeans and fun shirts, and their whole,
yeah.
like all the summer floral stuff that they've got right now. But I always, when you're walking the mall, not shopping anywhere because you can't buy anything at the mall, but
Right,
you
right,
go and be with your friends, or we used to do that anyways.
totally.
And you would see in the window, I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. And then, yeah,
But you could never actually get it because it didn't fit
no,
you.
I
Yeah,
and I don't
right.
even. It's like I don't even want to go in there because I'll see something that I really like, and then I'll be bummed that I can't get it. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a good one. It would be nice to see that. So next on my list, another big one. Um, so H&M.
Mm,
Um, fast fashion is huge. Lots of people are buying it.
yeah.
I feel like it's becoming more and more difficult to justify some of that stuff, as we look at what's behind it and we start to understand those things. That aside, I know that some of those brands or some of those retailers are trying to do things a little better, but what they aren't doing better is sizing. So
Right.
H&M goes to 2X and apparently a 42. Now, I will say that when I was doing the research for this episode, I looked at their website, and if you go into their sizing, you can actually choose up to a size 4X. I saw this and I was like, this is amazing. Did they bring a 4X? Are they making bigger sizes? I clicked on it. The results came up. They were hats. It was hats.
I was like, what?
When you click on the sizing for the hats, it only says one size. It does not say 4X. So, no idea what's going on with the website. Super annoyed
Mm-hmm.
that for a moment I was excited about it and then saw that no,
Yeah.
it was not happening.
I don't want.
But that's how it goes. I feel like at one point H&M also tried to do an extended size. They tried to do some
Really?
plus and it didn't go well. It
Oh,
may have just been women's plus. I honestly don't remember
probably.
uh, when this happened, but they get a lot of pushback because it didn't go so well and the clothes didn't fit the way they
Yeah.
were supposed to. So they just, instead of trying to make a change and make the product better and make it work the way that it needs to for bigger bodies, a lot of these companies will try once, it doesn't work, and they just
Yeah.
scrap the whole thing.
Yeah, because they don't do it. They don't put enough time and research into it to do it
Hmm.
correctly, and then they're like, "Oh, it didn't do well." See, and then you're like,
Right.
"Well, no, because you didn't actually make it fit correctly, so no one actually bought it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So my next one is the one I was trying to think of is Dolce and Gabbana. They have
Ooh.
amazing like prints on like pants and shirts and everything. They do some bigger sizes, but they're like European sizes, so it's confusing when you're looking. So you got to be really careful. I mean, these pants, I just pulled up these cotton joggers. They say they go to a 56, but you have to look at their size chart to make sure. You got to make sure. And they're currently out of them, so I might maybe only made a few of them, but
right.
But they just have really amazing like detail and color in their prints, which I'm always looking for. I just want more color and interest. Like I'm really tired of just solid blue, navy or black or gray. I'm so tired of that. I want some bright colors and some fun, interesting, unusual things because men's clothing can be kind of boring and blah.
Definitely.
So, like having the option to have some really crazy print and not just like I don't want just a Hawaiian shirt. I don't want just that.
Right.
I want something that has some interest and is different.
Agreed. Then we just don't get that. We don't get those kind of options that often. Or, there are some brands that have started to do that, but you're only you get a small selection. It's just we need more. We need more. We want the colorful stuff. We want the good stuff that you're finding in mainstream sizes. Give us that. We'll buy it. We will spend our money on this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just give us something a little bit different. I want to see a little bit more variety and stripes or colors or prints and like I'm still really enjoying like dark florals and stuff like that. But now I'm kind of like almost to the point where I'm kind of tired of that because that's like the only other option. It's like Hawaiian shirt or like a dark floral Hawaiian shirt now.
Yep.
So,
and that's what we get.
Or just solid navy, black, and gray.
Right.
I mean, I'm wearing like a little pinstripe short sleeve shirt.
I mean,
something, but it's still kind of a standard option.
Yeah. We go with what we've got. This shirt I'm wearing now needs to be burnt. I've had it so long. It's just like,
But it looks comfy.
Hey, it works. So on my list, another one that is up there at the very top, very close to Taylor Stitch, Carhartt. So not the regular Carhartt.
Oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say
right. Carhartt Work in Progress.
Yes.
So the Carhartt Work in Progress brand. So the story behind it is basically that there is, it's a UK based outfit that I guess kind of they rent the Carhartt name from Carhartt, and it's like street style kind of stuff. It's workwear.
It's really awesome.
They're UK based. It's the coolest, like best stuff. I love it so much. I love all of it. Again, it's another one where I would spend a whole lot of money on all their stuff because I love it so much. But their sizes only go to a double X and 40, and that's it. And as far as I know, they have no plans to extend that. But I'm telling you, that is the kind of stuff that we want. That's having those kind of options. I mean, it's just like, man, it's that the clothes that we have, the options that we have now, they're getting better, but they're still just not quite there. It's really, if you're wanting to put together a look that's really thoughtful and really interesting, especially if it's I don't know, if you really want to dive into street style, it's hard to do right now in extended sizes. So
yeah, it really is. I mean, some of the like Nike or some of the athletic brands are doing a little bit of it, but it's still just their real basic stuff. They're not doing their full lines.
Right. I want some of these lesser known brands to get into it. I just think there's, I get that there are challenges with trying to do extended size stuff and being worried about being able to reach the audience. The whole side of the business is still young and still growing, but we see brands like Bearskin who are able
Mhm.
to find that audience, and they know that they're, you're doing this, and that there are customers out there who want what you're making. You're going to find that across the board. If you're
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
the products and you're putting them out there in a way that makes sense, and you're thinking about fit, and you do this right, people are going to buy it. They want it. So
I know that we get messages all the time. They're like, "Oh, when are you going to do this? Oh, when are you going to expand into this?" And I'm like,
right.
we can only do so much at once. And
Mm.
they're like, "Ooh, do these come in a swim trunk?" And I'm like, "I wish, because
right.
I would
Right.
buy it, But
Totally.
yeah, there's a definite audience out there that is, hungry and searching and striving and, wanting these bigger sizes and some of these fun brands. But,
Yeah.
and I know that, like you said, it's difficult to do it, but if you just put a little bit of extra work into it up front, there's a whole new revenue stream coming in for you. And
Totally. So let's hope that more brands are looking at getting into this space.
Yeah.
Who knows what 2020 is going to hold? I mean, you never know. You never know. Tomorrow, something exciting might happen, but who knows? We've made it to July, just barely.
We're barely halfway. I think we're just over halfway through the year. I think.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere, and I was like, "Is that it?"
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Oh man.
Seems like it was a year ago when all this started, but
it does. It does. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah.
Well, that's all the couple of brands that I was really wanting. I'm always watching the shows. I'm always checking their websites, just looking.
Right.
Like, oh, what do they have that's fun and cool and that I can't wear? And
Yeah. I feel like this is definitely something that we will come back to. I can see us doing, another episode or two or three, talking about this, because there are a lot of brands and everybody has an opinion about what they like and what they don't. I've written about it on Chubster before, and let readers kind of sound off on what they liked and what they didn't, and what they wish was out there in extended sizes. And they go deep. I mean, there were brands where when they first started talking about it, I had to go back and be like, what is that? I've never even heard of that brand.
What?
Yeah. So it's really digging in and finding that stuff. There is a need. There's a demand here that's just not being served. So
yeah. And we'll definitely keep an eye on the Kanye West Gap collaboration, and we'll have some opinions about that when that comes out. And maybe we can tweet at Kanye to make some big sizes.
That would be nice. I mean, it may be President Kanye by the time.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Well,
it's
all right.
The way the year goes, who knows?
It's 2020. You never know what's going to happen.
The year of we don't know.
Yeah. So if there are brands that you wish carried extended sizes but don't, tell us about it. Hit us up at Heavy Convo. We're everywhere on social.
Yes, tweet at us and them that you want extended sizes, and we'll do some digging for you as well. We'll have a tweet war with them or something.
Yes. Yeah. Call if you put it in front of them. That's the best way to get the ball rolling, is to let them know, hey, I would like to see this in extended sizes. It's a start. It's a place to take that first step and hope for the best. So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So follow along on our social media, and like he said, send us some brands or tell us about the brands that you want to have extended sizes. Subscribe to our podcast, and you can also be watching on YouTube. You can watch us talk about stuff too. So
absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate you bringing your special guest today. And
yes, my Zit and I are happy to be here. Yep.
All right. Thanks, Bruce.
All right, Jody. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast.